I want to get into why are men so narcissistic, okay? And for all of those who are very intelligent, means selfish, okay? Had to look that up myself. But, all right, I get this question a lot, ladies. Why are men so into themselves, okay? It's a problem.
Come on.
Okay, it's a real problem.
It's a big problem.
Okay,
Come on.
It's a good topic. And before I dive into it, though, okay, before I dive right on into it, ladies, I gotta say this because I can hear there's a remnant. There's a group of guys out there, and they may be out here on this scope.
Come on.
Okay, they're saying, listen, man, I take great offense to that. You know, I really take great offense to that because, you know, I gave her what she said she wanted. I took her to the places that she said she wanted to go, and she still left me. Okay, so you really can miss me, man, with all the why men narcissistic, and I get that. Okay, so ladies, what I have to ask you to consider, because for me, the way I approach this, I look at all sides of the situation. Okay, because you just can't look at it in a vacuum. So for some women, Lex, it is very true that too good to be true automatically means it's wrong. Now, I'm going to say that one more again. Too good to be true automatically means it's wrong. Okay, so if you have someone, ladies, if you have been addicted to a certain amount of dysfunction, this particular guy, and I call this guy the giver, because he really does give, he might not really appeal to you. Okay, if you have any unresolved issues and hurts that you really have not dealt with, even at a very subconscious level, because that hurt that you have, it needs something to feed off of. And this guy might not create enough drama for you. Okay, say it again, Lex.
Come on.
Okay, yeah, this guy might not create enough drama to stimulate you. So if you're really honest with yourself, ladies, some of you, not all, and if you go back and you say, well, yeah, you know, I was with Fred, I ain't gonna lie, Fred was a good guy, but I just, you know, I might have messed that up. I probably could have handled that just a little bit better, okay? So I'm just saying, because not all situations are bad, all right? So I just want to ask you to consider that. Now, moving on. The first narcissist, oh, come on, somebody. The first narcissist that we want to deal with, ladies, I call him the trained narcissist. Yes. Now, Bishop, why do you call him the trained narcissist? That is because he really has no frame of reference for anything else. Okay? He was conditioned from the time that he was a little boy to be self-centered. Now, why do you say that, doctor? Because it started with his mama.
Come on.
His mama made him the center, not of her world, but of the universe.
Come on.
Okay? The sun rose and set on him. Now, if he had any sisters, they got in on it. You know, that's my baby brother. Nobody better not ever touch my baby brother. And then as he got older, guess what? He hooked up with a doormat woman, and she continued the tradition. So now this guy seems to think that everything revolves around him, right? Okay? So you meet him, okay, and he's totally all into himself. All right. And you like, you know what? I can't deal with this. I'm not going to deal with this. But he will consider, ladies, listen, he will consider changing. Okay. It'll be a learning curve if he meets a woman who he gets infected by with her personality, her sense of identity, okay, and being willing to embrace her femininity. Okay. That means basically just a woman who knows who she is. Why? Because this woman, ladies, when he tries to be that immature, selfish guy, you know what she'll do? She'll say, you know what? That's cool. You know what? That's really not my thing. No. You can do that. Okay. And I'm cool with it. That's fine. Do that over there. But I'm going to go over here and I'm good. See, she doesn't make him wrong. She doesn't and blame him, okay? She just says this is not for me. But what that does for him, ladies, he's never been exposed to anything like this.
Come on.
Okay? She knows who she is. She's confident. She, you know, because I decided not to change, it didn't change her. It didn't make her sway. This is so captivating to him, okay? And for the first time, it makes him want something else or someone else more than what he wanted just for himself and his own selfish needs, okay? I know I'm telling the truth right now, all right?
Good.
Moving on because scandal and all that's coming. All right, the next type of guy that we want to talk about, ladies, is I call him the gamer, okay? Because listen, ladies, he looks at relationships like this. It is a game of winners and losers, okay? And ladies, for him, now let me say this. His technique is off the chain, okay? And he wins it's no scandal tonight? Great. He wins way more than he loses, all right? And when I say winning and losing, for him, losing means he would have to give up himself. It would mean he would have to give up the most important thing to him in the world, and that is what he wants. Because he doesn't look at relationships as laying down his life like Christ did for the church. Oh, no, he ain't even on that, okay? It's I'm going to lose me and what I want. Now, you can get this guy, ladies. This guy definitely will change and hang up his jersey if the answer to the only question that matters is no. Okay, we talked about this last time. What is that question? Can I live without her? If he says no to that, then for the first time, ladies, he will consider changing. Okay, because now the thing that he really wants is you. Okay, now he doesn't mind saying I'm losing, but he doesn't look at it as losing, because now he looks at it as I'm gaining. I'm gaining what? I'm gaining the one. But I will tell you this, if he's involved with a CEO, a doormat, or a guarded woman, I guarantee you the answer to that question will be yes. I definitely can live without her. Why? Because the CEO woman, okay, she's very pushy, all right? She's got to be in control of everything. She's got to run it. The guarded woman, all right, she is too much distance, all right? She runs, or she's so scared of being hurt that she really won't let you get close to her. And the doormat woman, she's just too accommodating, all right? He's like, listen, I'm already getting what I want, so ain't no way in the world she's going to make me say no to that question because she's not interesting, all right? So, ladies, I can't express this enough. Knowing who you are, knowing your identity, okay, embracing your femininity, embracing your femininity, and knowing your personality. This means so much to a guy. I can't express to you how much it means. All right, moving right along. The last guy, ladies. Now, this is the poster child of narcissism. He is a taker. He is a taker. He is a true, immature, selfish, all about him narcissist. Period. Hands down. Okay. He is a narcissist of the highest order. Okay. And he knows exactly how to get what he wants. Be a very dangerous individual because he can be a predator, which means that he comes in quick, fast, and in a hurry. He can be a parasite, which means that he latches on to you, ladies, just for what he wants. And hangs on for the ride, or he could be an ambusher. All right, that means that he's camouflaged. Very hard to detect an ambusher because he blends in and he's very patient. Now, here's what I want to tell you: your best defense against this type of narcissist is watch what he does and make sure it lines up with what he says. I'm gonna say that again because that's very important, because a lot of women miss it. Watch what he does and make sure it lines up with what he says. Now, ladies, a lot of you are guilty, okay? No shade, but a lot of you are guilty at just listening. You don't watch, okay? Because he tells you something, all right, that sounds good to you. Now, I understand that the ears is the way to a woman's heart, but you're off to the races, okay? If you don't believe me, tell me how a woman meets a guy doing 25 to life, marries a guy, and he ain't getting out of jail because of what he says. He's making love to her ear, okay? Now, there's the other woman that says, well, no, I be watching. You know, the scripture says to watch and pray. Says, yes, I be watching, but here's the problem with her. Sweetheart, you really don't know what you're looking at. Okay. So it kind of like goes right over your head. And now, I'm not trying to, say nothing bad about you, but so she's dealing with a situation where she just doesn't know what's going on. All right. So what you have to do, ladies, above all else, be patient. Okay. Because a lot of you rush into a situation too quickly, and you got to protect your heart. Okay. I'm not talking about being guarded. Okay, where you putting all that distance between him and you, but you're protecting your heart. Okay, you're not falling for the okie doke, but at the same time, you're watching the guy, making sure what he says, because guys will say all kind of things to you, ladies. Okay, they'll tell you what you want to hear. Oh, your video came up, Lex. They'll tell you what you want to hear. Okay, and I'm just trying to tell you, stick to your guns, because if you have any holes in your soul, any vulnerabilities, this guy, the taker, he definitely is a master at knowing how to exploit it. Yeah. He is a master at knowing how to exploit it. So your best defense for this kind of guy is to totally be whole and healed. Okay, and that's all. Hey, there's one more thing. I got to say this, Lex. Hey, if you ain't got this book, I don't know what you're doing. It's free. Go to the website, get it. If you're having problems in your relationships, why wouldn't you get the book? I mean, it's free, okay? Real quick, ChristopherReid.org. I put that up. If you don't see it, then catch it on the replay. All right, questions, comments, concerns. Somebody said Scandal doesn't come on tonight, but Scandal's like at 9 o'clock, right? If somebody has something, or Lex, if you have any commentary, because I know you may want to get in on this, and if you had any experience with the narcissists, or if any women have come to you and told you, hey, guys are just selfish out here, and absolutely. I'm tired of it.
I dated one. I dated a narcissist. It was all about him and what he wanted, what he needed, and so that didn't work well with me. We're not together. That didn't work well with me at all because I don't like that. That just didn't make any sense. And he tried to cloak it like it was about us, like I had some say in it and all, but everything turned around to be about him. He wouldn't come my way as much as I would come his way, And even when Joe and I first started, hold on, gotta block you because you're talking real crazy.
Yeah, I was seeing the flap. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was coming. It was really.
There's another one.
Yeah, you're out of there. So. It just got so, real crazy. Even when Joe and I first started, Joe wasn't ready for a relationship at first, but he pursued me like he was and said that he wanted a relationship. But so what ended up happening is he would say that he was coming to see me because we were long distance, and then something would come up and it really wouldn't work out, and just everything started happening. And so finally I said, I'm just going to back off. And like Chris said, the best thing you can do is to not make them the bad guy. Don't make them the bad guy. Just fade to black. Just fade to black and be like, you know what? I'm going to just, I holler at you and never call back. And when they call, you don't pick up. And that's the most valuable lesson that Chris has been saying for the basically when he kept saying know yourself, know your personality, know who you are, be confident. They love that. They love that for some reason. When you be like deuces and you're just not on it, but you don't make them out to be bad, you just fade to black and they'll never hear from you no more. That's how you do it. When you're not thirsty, that works. There's something about that thirsty component where you're going to lose. Nobody wants a thirsty girl. Nobody. Have I ever been thirsty in my life? Long, long ago. Absolutely. And you be so in love, or you be, I ain't gonna lie, or you be so in love with somebody that you think it's okay. And you don't use the word thirsty because thirsty too heavy. And you don't think you being thirsty, but the way you act, always available. My granddaddy always told me, don't always be available when a man calls. But when you in love, you always available. Like, what? I'm not going to answer the phone. Why would I not answer the phone when I'm in love with this dude? But what he's saying is, it's something about a man that maybe you just shouldn't always be available. Just kind of, the mysteriousness of it. No, not when you in lust. I was in love. Somebody keeps saying, when you're in lust. No, it wasn't about lust for me. I really was in love. But I wasn't getting back what I was putting out. But I was so in love that I really wasn't, as Chris said, paying attention or watching and listening at the same time. Like I would watch, but I know that what I was watching wasn't right. Because I don't
know how to play all the games.
No, it's not about playing games.
It's not about games.
It's not about games. It's just about when you're not getting what you want out of a relationship, fade to black. Don't make them out to be bad. Don't make them out to be there. You cuss them out. Nigga, you ain't. Disappear. Somebody put pen to parchment and said silence is golden. It is. It's worth gold. When you go silent, you will really learn about a man more than you would doing all this. Chris taught me that.
That's hard.
And it's one of the hardest things that we women have to do is when you go ghost. That's right, Culture Queen. When you go ghost on them, that's when you find out but it's not a game though. See, if I can get you to do it and it not be a game, some of y'all go ghost to see what they're gonna do. But if you go ghost because I'm just really not on it, you're gonna see what that person really wanted out of the relationship anyway. Yeah, when you let them hear that white noise.
But you gotta know who you are. To really pull it off, do it for real, you gotta know who you are.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, if you do it and you play pimping with it, and you really not, sold out on who you are, you're gonna crumble. Okay, you're gonna fold like a cheap suit.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like this guy we talking about, all right, this narcissist, he's so sweet. He knows how to navigate through all that. All right. So if you don't really know how to fade to black, and if you really don't know how to just back up and shut it down, especially if he's saying something but he ain't really saying nothing, okay, you gonna come back. So what we're saying is, it's not about a game. It's about knowing who you are, okay, and staying in that. All right, and maybe there's maybe some work that you got to do before you get to that point, to work on helping you get to that point. Like Lex said, there was a day when, she would have been the one to give in a little bit. But now knowing who she is, and as a result of her knowing who she is, Joe loving who she is, and saying, hey, the question to his answer is no, I can't live without her. So, ladies, if any of you, I know some of them are out here, Lexi saying, how do you fade to black? And some of them saying, my black game is tight. But if you don't know how to fade to black, it just basically means just let him come to you. And if you find that very difficult, you may need some help on it. You may need some coaching on it. You may need to reach out to somebody like myself who's a coach. Whatever you need to do, you need to do it, because men will not respect, okay, and respond to with their thirstiness.
You
all right,
up.
And there's a lot of things that women do that come off thirsty. Or if they don't come off thirsty, Lex, they come off too hard. It's like the CEO woman. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind, because they don't want to feel like somebody got over on them. They don't want to feel overly vulnerable. Okay, so they got to say something, but they don't understand that it's having the same effect as being a doormat, because you're pushing him away. You're giving him all that masculine, hard energy, and he's a man. Okay, I'm not going to just let you talk to me any kind of way. I'm not going to just let you, I'm not going to feel disrespected by you. All right, so I'm going to push back, and at the end of the day, am I going to want to be with you? No, probably I'm not. Unless I'm a passive, weak guy, then yeah, you can mama me if you want to. You can take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Change my diaper, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But yeah, if you're really honest with yourself, you don't want that kind of guy anyway.
Right.
All right, Lex, go ahead. You go ahead.
Bottom line is, Joe is, and he could tell you this, Joe is from Chicago, street. I'm not street. I grew up in a bad neighborhood, but I'm not street. Joe knows all the games. He knows how to play them. He knows what to say. He knows what to get. Man, listen, That dude, he knows how to make a woman chase him. He knows how to sit back. He never had to work for anything. So when he got with me, he liked what he saw. Yeah, he liked what he saw. He wanted to get with me, but then he wasn't ready for me at the same time. So when I came at him, when he came at me so hard, I was like, what's up? And so when he sat back and had to start backing up all that mouth he was talking about, oh, you said you come to see me? Okay, when? What time? And how are you getting here? You taking a train? You driving? What are you doing? Okay, let me know. And so when I wasn't always in Chicago, and then he started to have to come forth, and then he realized that he wasn't ready for me, I had to back up. But he was still running his mouth. I wish I had some help today. He was still running his mouth, still talking that good game, still, what's up, baby? You know what? Still talking that good quality premium upgrade. He upgraded me. He upgraded me. He upgraded me. But when I start seeing that I was putting in more than that South Side, when I start realizing that he wasn't giving me back what I needed, and it hurt a little bit because it's like, wow, I thought you told me you was ready. And it made me angry because it was like, nigga, if you wasn't ready, then why did you come at me the way you were? And then I was turned off. And so what I did was I just faded to black, and he would call and I wouldn't pick up. There have been times where time had passed, I was a little bit lonely, and I did want to pick up. Hello, somebody. Because I was lonely, and I know I'm talking, and I really did want to pick up. But I learned through Chris, don't do it. Because if a man really wants you, he'll figure it out. And I knew that he wasn't ready. So I let him go, and I started dating other people. Joe and I didn't talk for a whole another year and a half. And the only reason why we talked again is because we ran into each other at a conference. And he ran after me. Joe will tell you. I can't make this up. He ran after me. Can I take you out to dinner? No. Can you afford it? Because I'm quick with it too. He was like, oh, that's kind of messed up. That's kind of messed up. He begged me. Joe will tell you. He can tell the story better than I can tell it. He begged me to I said, I'll have lunch with you. Hope you can afford the bill. I was nasty. But he wanted it. He wanted me. We sat there and ate lunch. He was like, at lunch, he was asking me for dinner. Can we go? I'm full. I'm good. No, I don't want to go out to dinner. And I didn't talk to him for another year. Yeah, it was crazy.
You can meet the wrong guy at the right time. I mean, you can meet the right guy at the wrong time.
Yeah, for sure. So that's it, guys. So give them your...
Yeah. Oh, it's back on Moonhead now.
Yeah,
I was saying, sometimes you can meet the right guy at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Ladies, and if Lexi had really gone in hard with Joe at the time when he wasn't fully, at a place where he was ready to go to the next level, it wouldn't have worked out.
No.
But because she allowed him to get to where he needed to be and pursue. Ladies, a lot of you're not used to guys pursuing you, and going hard for you, okay? You deserve that, okay? But for some of you, if you get that, things are going too good. You're not used to that. You're used to the drama. And you don't want to be, but it's just some things that you just haven't figured out. Like, why am I like this? Why do I always end up in drama-filled, messy situations? Okay, and that's just because that you haven't figured out how to really get healed and whole. And I'm not trying to be super deep, it just is what it is. So anyway, we're not going to be out here all night. Lex, you can go ahead and wrap it up. But so I would just say this, hey, if you got something that you need to talk about, get at me. We can do a free 30-minute consultation, whatever. But, I love these relationships. So what can I say?
I'll be back. How can you be reached?
How can I be reached? Let me get my ghetto sign. ChristopherReid.org. Okay, just go right to the website. And I'm also on YouTube. I'm on all the social media crap. I think that's my Periscope handle. right there. So yeah, that's it. That was good.
Yeah.
We went out here too long.
No, sir. So,
Yes.
ladies, that's the long and short of it. And
Hey, let me see that ring, man.
oh, okay, you didn't see it. I'm trying to tell you right there.
Yeah, that's the promise right there.
That's the promise. So
Yeah.
so let me break it down to you guys as we get ready to log off. The bottom line is, I was dating guys. The guys that went hard for me were the guys that I didn't want. I'm gonna say that again. The guys that went hard for me were the guys that I really didn't want. I never thought, I'm gonna be honest with you, I never thought that Joe would ever go hard for me, because he was one of those dudes where women always chased him. Women always threw draws at him. Women always went for him. And so I figured he just wouldn't work that hard for me. You know what I'm saying? He's slick with it. He's Chicago. He ran Chicago. I went to his birthday party one time. People were wrapped around the building to get into his birthday party. I'd never seen anything like that. I had never seen. He's not a celebrity. He's not like Kirk Franklin. He's not Neo. I couldn't understand why in the city of Chicago, and I could hear as I was standing in line, because I went there to surprise him. Hello, somebody. People were in the line talking about, I know him, and like he was a celebrity.
Wow.
And so I figured he's never going to go hard for me because he don't have to. But I'm tell you, when a man wants something, and when you can walk away, when you can walk away from somebody and say, dude, I'm the prize in this mug. If you want me, holla at your girl. If you don't, I'm out. And I mean it. It's not a game. I'm not trying to see if you're going to come after me. I ain't trying to just test you. No, I walk away for real. And he knew that it was real because we hadn't talked in a year and a half. There are times where we went years and not speak to each other, but he would reach out, but I wouldn't reach back because it was real. I wasn't doing it as a game. So by the time we started talking, because his mom got sick and he hit me up on Facebook or something, and ever since then we just kept talking, and it never stopped. And as of June 25th, it's all good. So, you know, Chris has a saying, why he married her instead of you. Why? Figure it out. Because we're too thirsty. And there was a period of time where I was a little thirsty for Joe in the beginning, but I saw, the thirst on his end ain't real. I'm out.
Not yet.
And that's that. So, all right, Chris, we love you. I'm out. All right? I'm logging off with you, bro.
God bless you.
God bless you, Bishop. So, if y'all want to talk to him, y'all know y'all can reach out to Chris and at ChristopherReid.org. So I hope you guys were helped today. And but that's real talk. Trust me, I've been there. People don't want to admit. No one's ever going to admit that they're thirsty. No one's ever going to admit that they. Oh, thank you, Duchess. No one's ever going to admit that that they were ever thirsty for anybody. But if we're really honest with ourselves, we've all been thirsty for somebody, huh? That's all I'm saying. Oh, you missed it? Oh, I'm so sorry. We've all been thirsty for somebody. And I can definitely admit that. Definitely admit that. But the key is, you got to sit back. When Chris used to tell me this as my friend, I would say, but they're calling me. Why can't I pick up the phone? He said, listen to me. You'll never understand a man. Just do what I'm telling you to do. You can't pick up the phone all the time. Just chill. Lay back. Be cool. And sometimes I wouldn't have the discipline to do that. And every time I didn't listen to Chris, I lost. Right. Every time I didn't lay low, I lost. Men, and one line that Chris killed me with is, men aren't looking for the woman that they want to spend the rest of their life with. They're looking for the woman that they can't live without. Chris is my friend that just got off the scope. Doc Reid is what we call him. He helps with relationships. So, ain't that crazy? Won't that preach? They're not looking for the woman that they can live with. They're looking for the woman they can't live without. That's the truth. Because they are not going to change until they know in their heart that they can't live without you. One more thing that Chris really needs to put this on y'all for real, is that men do this thing when they fall in love, like they fall in love and then they back up. I don't get that. I don't understand that. When we fall in love as women, we fall in love and just keep falling. We ain't trying to get away from it. Men, they fall and then they realize that they're falling. And I guess they feel like their life is coming to an end because they're actually falling in love and we penetrated their heart. And Chris calls it being infected by us. And then they back up. What is that? I don't even... What? It scares them. Exactly. What is that? I don't get that. And I think it sucks. And so when it started happening and Joe backed up a little bit, I didn't understand it. I took great offense at it. And Chris coached me through it and was like, oh, he's doing that? Yeah, well, that means that you've infected him. What? What? He said, just be cool. Just lay back. Men, we have to sort through it. We got to go in our man cave. We got to figure it out. I said, what? Because if he really loved me, he wouldn't. And then I was, but I listened and I backed up and I let him have his moment. He said, Chris said, it's like a caterpillar going into a cocoon. He said, you don't want to break that cocoon. Let him go into his man cave and figure it out. Because if you break the shell of that cocoon, then he's not going to, the butterfly will not come out properly. He said, that's the way. And I said, wow. He said, let him do what he does. Let him back up and you back off. And I was like, okay. And I let him do that. That was weird. That was weird. It was like a weird time in our relationship, but it needed to happen because I think during that time, Joe eventually told me that during that time, he was trying to figure out what his life was going to be. And he figured out during that time that he couldn't live without me. Go figure. And we're here. All right. Relationship scope. So I hope I helped somebody today.